Today on CityCast Nashville, it's time for our Friday News Roundup. I'm joined by our executive producer, Whitney Pasterek, and producer, Daniel Sumstein, as we dive into why is the Hope Scholarship seeing an $80 million deficit? The latest on NASCAR and their development deals. Is 12th South just a mall now? And what's the Shelbyville Shuffle? It's Friday, March 20th. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. Happy Friday, Daniel and Whitney.
Hello, it is us. We are here.
It's Friday.
No. Gotta get down on Friday.
Just no.
All right. Well, thank you for serenading us, Daniel. Let's start with an update on one of the hottest stories from last week. Whitney, remind us what happened with Charlene Oliver and Afton Bain's Homes, Not Hedge Funds bill.
So this was a bill that Senator Oliver got passed in the Senate that would limit the number of rental properties any massive investor could own in a single community to 100. And supporters say that it could help more people find a path to home ownership as well as potentially bring down rental costs. But on the House side, when Afton Bain brought the bill to committee, Representative Bo Mitchell didn't give her bill a second, which meant the bill was dead. He said he couldn't support the bill because the homeowners in his district were concerned it would prevent them from selling their homes at the highest price possible. And the internet kind of exploded, right? Like everybody sort of went ham on Representative Mitchell for this. And it also resulted in an absolute flamethrower of a response from Senator Oliver, much of which cannot be read on this podcast. But the first line was, F you. She didn't say F. Bo Mitchell, you a low-down, backstabbing, misogynistic, punk-ass bitch. I personally enjoyed that. But it made everybody all like, oh, Democrat on Democrat violence. What's going on?
This week, apparently, to make amends, Representative Mitchell posted on Instagram that he'd signed one of his bills over to Afton, HB 2340, and amended the text to reflect her original Homes Not Hedge Funds bill. Whitney, how did the new bill do?
Alas, it has been rolled until next January, y'all, which means it's once again pretty dead. So I don't know if that means this is like a win-win for Bo and his homeowners. Like he got to try to look like a good guy, but this bill still isn't happening. Rolled to next January, gavel. That was it. I reached out to Afton to get her thoughts in the wake of all of this. And she sent me one sentence, quote, could have all been prevented.
Gavel.
Gavel.
Yes, exactly. One piece of really sad news at the state level this week was a Tennessee Lookout report that Tennessee's Hope Scholarship program is facing an $80 million deficit. Ugh. The Hope Scholarship was created when Tennessee voters created a state lottery in 2002, designating the revenue from scratchers and lottery tickets to these college scholarships for high schoolers in our state, which by all accounts really did increase college attendance here in Tennessee. And then in 2019, Tennessee also legalized sports gambling. Those funds were designated to be a backup to the lottery funds to continue supporting the scholarships. Daniel, everybody loves sports gambling. Why is there a deficit all of a sudden?
That's true, Marie. Everybody does love sports betting, and that's the problem here. According to the Lookout in 2025, state lawmakers decided to shift the sports betting revenue out from the Hope Scholarship program and put that into a special fund to pay for K through 12 school construction. Fun fact, the construction fund was created as part of a deal among Republican lawmakers to secure the votes needed to pass a statewide private school voucher program.
Vouchers.
So they're like pivoting the money to the construction fund, right?
Right. So they took the money out of the scholarship part and put it into construction to, I guess, assuage some Republicans who initially did not want to vote for statewide school vouchers.
So vouchers are not only removing money from public schools, but they might have killed the Hope Scholarship program too.
I mean, it doesn't sound good, but I don't think it's just the voucher's fault. I mean, lottery ticket revenue fell by 20% in 2025, according to the Lookout, probably because it's a whole lot easier to bet on like Polish ping pong tournaments from the comfort of your couch and not drive to a convenience store and buy tickets. But folks at home, I know that your DraftKings and your MGMs and your whatever this Kalshi thing. It's about to get sued out of existence by the state of Arizona, which I think is hysterical. Like, I know that that's all fun and easy and you can just go tippity tap, tap, tap. But I love scratchers. I will spend $20 on scratchers a month just because it gives my wrist a little workout. I like the ones where there's an activity like the crossword or the bingo or the loteria. Like, I love a scratcher and it's just way more interactive. You get a project out of it.
You're doing crafts.
You are literally doing I have a special dime that I use because it's the right size to scratch off, especially the bingo squares. Anyway, but have y'all seen this new Tennessee lottery commercial with the dancing? I saw it on Wednesday during Survivor. Have you guys seen this thing?
I have, and I also saw it during Survivor, and I was like, what is happening?
Oh, well, I just saw it this morning, and I'm angry because as a fellow actor who has been in a past Tennessee lottery commercial myself.
What?
Is this new AI?
I don't think it's...
Are they replacing us?
They're replacing the child actors.
I just auditioned recently for a Tennessee lottery commercial where I would have dressed up as a big lotto ball.
Okay, first of all, I need the universe to make this happen for us. Second of all,
I didn't get the part, that commercial's already out. Oh. But then seeing this one, I'm like, oh my gosh, they didn't even have to pay actors.
Okay, so folks, you might have seen it. It's like a bunch of like digital dancer people dancing with lottery tickets, kind of like in a like a Beyonce formation. But Marie, I think they filmed one person.
I hope so.
If you've seen this commercial, everybody, we want you to email us at Nashville at citycast.fm. What's your favorite dance? Is it the Tri-Cities two-step?
No.
The Shelbyville Shuffle goes kind of hard. I got to be honest.
I think the Chattanooga Cha-Cha is the only one I could actually execute.
It looks a little painful.
They're hard dances. The Franklin one is really hard.
They look like those like Dance Revolution.
Yes,
arcade.
Exactly.
That's exactly what they look like.
That's it. Nailed it.
Well, good luck to the Tennessee Lottery.
Somewhat related, I did want to mention that the Nashville Business Journal had a story out yesterday saying that Tennessee billionaires added more than $20 billion in extra wealth last year. The list includes plenty of familiar names like HCA founder Thomas Frist and Titans owner Amy Adams Strunk.
So I kind of feel like maybe Amy Adams could pony up to cover the Hope scholarships, given that it's sports betting that is potentially, hollowing out this fund. The Business Journal in that article said she's worth $2.8 billion, which, just to remind everybody at home, that means even if she spent $10,000 a day, it would take her 274 years to spend all that cash. I think she can find $80 million in the couch cushions, especially because we just bought her a new stadium.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, one last thing we want to talk about is voter registration. Our newsletter editor, Margaret Kingsbury, wrote an awesome guide of our year of elections on the website this week, which you can check out at nashville.citycast.fm. Our first election is the Davidson County primary for judges, school board members, and more. That's coming up on May 5th. Early voting for that's going to start on April 15th. And the deadline to register to vote in that election is right around the corner on April 6th.
Here in Tennessee, meanwhile, state Republicans are trying to eliminate open primaries. You know, when you go to vote and they ask which ballot you'd like, Democratic or Republican?
Yes.
Well, Republicans are worried that too many people are switching parties just to vote for weaker candidates so their party does better in the general election. But it's been estimated those votes amount to only about 1% to 3% in any primary. The bills filed this session would eliminate the right to choose a primary on Election Day and also mandate a 90-day deadline to affiliate with a party. Is this a big deal?
This drives me crazy because in my mind, we should be able to show up to a ballot box and vote for whoever the hell we want and not have to declare allegiance to a party before that.
This whole thing caught my eye because of an op-ed in the Tennessean this week from friend of the pod, Shannon Rasmussen, who y'all might remember from our episode about American Legion Post 82. She writes that closing primaries might shut out more than half of the veterans in Tennessee from voting because more than half of vets nationwide do not associate with a political party. She wrote, quote, as an extension of their service to the nation, they operate above politics, even when those politics impact them directly. Our veterans prioritize loyalty to the Constitution, and our representatives should refuse to punish them for resisting partisanship.
I have a friend who serves in the military right now, and he does not vote. And we have discussed this because that upsets me. But he does explain that a lot of people who are in active military are trying to remain bipartisan because they want to serve the country, not the person or the parties. I wish we could just vote for the person, not the party. But that's not the system we've created.
No.
Yay.
Yay.
That's why I loved our interview with Adam Ditch Kurtz. Like, he was very much like, I don't care who you voted for in the last election. Let's move forward. And I want to bring policies that make sense for everyone in our community.
Ditch is running for governor, folks, if you haven't listened to that episode.
Everybody says that. It's just, it's very few people who actually mean it. I think that is the problem.
Or they mean it and then they get into the office and then they realize that actually you can't do anything because the billionaires. No, just kidding. And now on to a little Metro Moments.
Metro Moments.
But just don't do it justice like Margaret Kingsbury.
We need Margaret here.
I need to add some like chimes underneath that.
Ooh.
Yes, it needs a new age. It needs to sound like a late era Prince album.
Ooh, yeah.
Some
okay, just
fusion
imagine
jazz.
that. And now it's quietly fading in the background as I tell you this news. There's a new twist. There's a new twist in the debate about bringing NASCAR back to Nashville Fairgrounds. The Nashville Scene reported this week that a deal between Speedway Motorsports and Metro could bring another Cup Series race to town, meaning this proposed deal could give NASCAR a kind of double presence in Middle Tennessee, since they already have the Wilson County Speedway, which is very confusingly named the Nashville Super Speedway, which hosts the Nashville Super Speedway Cup Series race already. So they have that there. And then
this is what I still don't understand. Y'all can drive 35 minutes out of town to a big, nice NASCAR thing where they have a race called Nashville.
Right.
But I'm cynical. I'm a cynical person. We've established this. And I kind of am seeing this whole thing now as maybe it's just a real estate play. According to the Scene, Wilson County's 2025 tax assessment estimated Speedway Motorsports property value, which includes the track and surrounding land, at $87 million. If granted a new Cup Series race in Nashville's urban backdrop, talking to you, Wedgwood Houston, Speedway Motorsports would have a valuable real estate asset to offload to, wait for it, giant real estate investment company called Panettone. Isn't that a dessert?
Panettone.
Something I get with my pizza.
And Panettone, not a dessert, is already developing the land around that Wilson County racetrack. And there's a plan that says like the racetrack is phase 4. It's about real estate and billionaires again.
Oh. Well, Speedway Motorsports is saying that's not part of their current business calculus. Remind us, Whitney, where does the mayor stand on this issue?
Mayor O'Connell, who ran against the new Titans Stadium as a bad deal for Nashville, has said recently that he is, quote, keeping our doors open for a good NASCAR deal, according to the Scene.
They should just start broadcasting Briley Parkway. The Briley Speedway 5000.
That's a Music Valley Archive t-shirt, isn't it?
It truly is.
That's where I am completely stealing that idea from them. All rights and distribution credits go to the Music Valley Archive.
All right, well, let's vroom vroom right over to East Nashville, where we won't be getting NASCAR. Don't worry, folks, for now.
For now. We have Briley, but no NASCAR.
That's right. But we will be getting a brand new building, apparently, where an old one used to be. Last month, we reported that the historic building that was the longtime home of the Groove Record Shop was abruptly demolished without the proper permits.
Yeah, and Metro Council member Clay Capp, who represents District 6 where the house was located, said that the demolition was an extremely outrageous violation of our city's rules.
It was outrageous. So is anything being done about this at all?
The Metro Historic Zoning Commission is now demanding that the property's owner, Ross Condit, and Condit Properties rebuild the historic home as close to its original form as possible.
That is wild.
Wild.
Metro has also flagged all properties owned by Condit Properties. I think this guy's got a portfolio of like $15 million worth of real estate here in Nashville, preventing him from applying for new permits.
Yay. I'm like bouncing up and down. Finally, something good. Condit appeared in person at the public hearing to offer an apology. He said he was ill-informed and reckless, and also that I've embarrassed myself, I've embarrassed my family, and I'm very humbled by this experience.
You have embarrassed yourself and your family, sir. I concur. Good day, sir.
I bet he just didn't realize how special that place was.
He just didn't know he's got $15 million of other places. Well,
That's right.
Who can pay attention to all of them?
Who truly?
I'm glad he's owning it, at least. I'd be curious to know how the Groove's former owners, Michael and Jesse, are feeling about all this. I loved the Groove. And when I stopped by there during their closing sale, they were doing like 50% off on a ton of records. And I chatted with them about the closing, and they seemed genuinely at peace with the decision. And they even mentioned that they were eyeing a possible reopening near the Rivergate Mall area.
Also being demolished.
Yeah. Right.
Well, speaking of more development, that seems to be the theme of today's episode. The Tennessean this week had an article asking the question, is 12th South just a mall now? And as someone who grew up here, and as someone who grew up about 7 minutes from 12th South, I spent a lot of my childhood and teenage years in the area, just, walking the sidewalks, the glorious sidewalks, and grabbing lunch and hanging at Katie K's or Corner Music. It is wild over there now. It's unrecognizable, as you all know. It's just trendy retail brands like Fiore, Madewell.
I don't even know how you say that brand.
I know.
Fiore.
Very soft sweatpants, though. My friend has a pair and lets me touch them. But the thing about this is that all these retail fancy, luxury stores, you would see them normally in like an upscale shopping mall. According to a Vision Young's Nashville office, Vice President of Capital Markets, Jordan Powell, with all these new stores, the purpose of 12th South, that area, has also changed.
Marie, what's Avison Young?
According to the Nashville Chamber of Commerce website, Avison Young is the world's fastest growing commercial real estate services firm. They're also headquartered in Canada.
Oh,
meaning they know what they're doing.
They know. So
No,
I love so much about this article. There are so many gems in here. First of all, is 12 South just a mall? Like, that's the title of a CityCast Nashville episode. So respect to you, the Tennessean. Second of all, I love that this guy who's quoted in here, real estate guy from a Canada company who's down here talking about 12 South. And then let's zoom in even farther. Where the article starts is a beautiful anecdote of Zach Brown playing an acoustic showcase inside the new Kendra Scott jewelry store / community building space. And it mentions that Kendra Scott is engaged to Zach Brown. Did we know this?
Did not know that.
I did not.
But I want to pull out some quotes from this and read them, and y'all can let me know what you think. Powell said of 12 South, it's for people on vacation who have a spending budget for a vacation. If I had to guess, I think probably 75% of the business in 12 South is tourists.
True.
I would agree with that.
He also said it's basically like an outdoor mall, to Marie's point, with all these corporate tenants, which I think people coming from Alabama, small town Mississippi, they don't have that. So it's unique for them.
You know what's also unique? Paying $200 for a pair of leggings.
I just think he's being kind of rude to people from Alabama and small town Mississippi. I mean, small towns, hey, guess what? The original outdoor mall, Main Street.
Oh.
But is it an outdoor mall?
It's on Main Street. You had to walk down the street. And then here's the other thing he said that I loved. It will be interesting to look back 3 years from now and see what is still open.
That truly, will Kendra Scott make it?
She's built a community building space right into her jewelry store.
What do you think she's going to be hosting in there?
Zach Brown concerts. Speaking of Survivor, what is Zach Brown doing on Survivor? Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
The Billie Eilish immunity. We don't need to bring zeitgeist into Survivor.
Is Zach Brown zeitgeist?
Billie Eilish is more zeitgeist.
The man just wants his chicken fried. So is this good for Nashville? Is it good for Nashville to have what used to be a neighborhood street that, Marie, you used to hang out on because it had lots of local shops and goodies and it was just kind of laid back and cool? Is it good to have it now turned into a high-end upscale shopping mall?
That is a loaded question that it makes my chest kind of hurt that it's not what it used to be. But I don't know. I did go recently to Frothy Monkey and did some people watching. Frothy Monkey's still there. It is very fun to go sit outside there and watch the outfits that people are wearing.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there are still a lot of locally owned businesses and restaurants there. I wrote a 12 South neighborhood guide for our website, nashville.citycast.fm.
And it's a great article. So
a few months ago. And you should check it out because there are still things worth seeing. I am so tired of people coming in and being like, this is so great for tourists. Look at it. I'm just so tired of that.
Well, there was an article recently of just the locals being like, I can't even park in my driveway anymore because people are blocking it. It's going to be a push-pull for the rest of our lives here in Nashville.
I just want one billionaire developer come in and say, hey, Nashville, what do you want? We do imagine East Bank and envision this all the time. But no one's ever like, hey, what would be fun for y'all?
Well, after it's coming out soon, folks, but we just did an amazing episode about best playgrounds in Nashville. And I learned a lot as a childless woman. And it sounds like we actually need more playgrounds, more spaces for families. And then on the other side of it, more breweries, more places to bring your children to run free, but also dogs, and have those spaces coexist together. And on top of that, ways to get there without getting in your cars.
Yes.
So third spaces.
Speaking of that, the tunnel has been very quiet. I do not like how quiet the Tesla tunnel is currently being. There are no stories about the tunnel.
Close your mouth.
It's just lingering down there. Like the troll from Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh, no.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Good news. And you know that my personal good news always comes in the form of a Cade Cothran headline. Tennessee Republicans have finalized their 2026 primary ballot, and guess who's not on it? Cade Cothran. Because aside from his public corruption trial and a recent all-new fine for more fraud, Cothran also drew criticism for donating $100 each to Representatives Justin Jones and Justin Pearson shortly after Republicans voted to expel them in 2023.
He's just like me.
Yeah.
I donated too.
I do think it's important to note that candidates removed from the ballot may appeal the decision through the Republican Party. So based on Cothran's history, we'll see how that goes. The man does love an appeal.
He does love an appeal. Well, Nashville's newest venue, The Truth, announced its opening lineup, which features Sting, Limp Bizkit, Beck, Jamie Eat World, and Hardy, amongst a bunch of others. The Truth is a joint venture between AJ Capital and Live Nation, which just reached a tentative settlement in its antitrust lawsuit with the U.S. Department of Justice. Although Tennessee is one of the 25 states not accepting the settlement.
Not accepting it.
The Truth is a 4,400 capacity venue, which pretty much rivals the Pinnacle. They hold 4,500 people, but that one's owned by AEG. So clearly there's some tension there. We highly recommend you go check out our previous episode with Chris Cobb and John Grau, where we talked about the venue ecosystem here in Nashville and some of the major challenges just facing indie venues right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously neither of these are indie venues, but it is such a blatant challenge to the Pinnacle, which I can't believe now I'm like, hey, stay away from the Pinnacle.
I know, right?
What is going on inside my heart? And it's also making me kind of ill because I really want to go see Jimmy Eat World, but I hate Live Nation. So what's a girl to do?
I'll be there. You should go, Whitney. Gotta support Jimmy Eat World.
It's the 25th anniversary tour of Bleed American. I saw the 0th anniversary tour of Bleed American. So this would be a lovely full circle moment for me. Also, can we talk about the name of the venue being dumb? the truth.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little.
Is it 3 chords and? Is that where they're getting that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the truth.
A little evangelical to me.
It feels very Johnny Cash to me.
It
No?
feels arrogant to me. Like, we're the truth, man.
Well, at least it's not named after a bank. All right.
Yeah.
Now it's time to talk sports.
Yay! Big news. Marie, brace yourself. This is huge. Nashville Soccer Club finally beat Miami. Kinda. Wednesday night, there was a 1-1 draw in Miami as part of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And the reason why we beat Miami in a draw is because if you're playing away, your points count more. Don't think too much about it. Meanwhile, they're at home tomorrow night against the very annoying Orlando City for a regular season MLS game. Y'all are going to want to come out and cheer. Also, folks, it's Sam Surge bobblehead night, so get there early. Come on, you boys in gold.
And March Madness is officially here, and Tennessee is all over the bracket this year, well represented. At the time of this taping, the Vanderbilt Commodores men's team is about to tip off against McNeese to get things started. And then on the women's side today, the Vanderbilt women's basketball team takes on High Point at 6 p.m. Tennessee Lady Vols faces NC State at 8 p.m. And don't forget, the Tennessee State Tigers made the tournament first time since...
What, like 32 years or something?
It's been like, yeah, a long time. Let's go. Going to be rooting them on for the tournament. They do have a really tough matchup against Iowa State today at 1:50 p.m.
All right, what are we doing this weekend besides watching basketball?
Well, part of the Be Well program of the Nashville Public Library, they're having a Spring into Health fair at the Bordeaux Branch Library tomorrow, 10 to 2 p.m. Go there. You can get like your cholesterol screened, your blood pressure, your vision checked, even dental, I believe.
If you need a little care, take yourself out there. Also happening this weekend, big news, 100 Taylor Arts is back in their building. Y'all might remember they got evicted for weird reasons at some point last year. Well, they're back, bitches.
They're back, bitches.
Hosting
Back with
an
a
art
vengeance.
market tomorrow from 3 to 9 p.m. Get out there and support those vendors. Also tomorrow, go to the bench building party.
Go to it, please.
If you enjoyed Wednesday's episode with Pastor Robin L. Owen about the bench building project that she and others have been spearheading, this grassroots effort to place handmade bus stop benches around the city that the city might have also sort of been picking up and putting into bench jail. Anyway, they are building more benches tomorrow, Riverside Commons in East Nashville, starting at 9 a.m. They are also seeking volunteers to help them put back the benches that the city incarcerated. So if you want to drive benches around in your car, you don't even need a truck. You can put one of these in the trunk of a car, show up around noon.
Well, y'all, this Sunday, Nashville is having a corn dog hootenanny.
Yeehaw!
I'm in.
What is a
Yeehaw!
corn dog hootenanny?
Let me explain. So at Mr. Aaron's Good from 4 to 8 p.m. or until the corn dogs run out, believe it or not, we have a chef from Alaska who is a James Beard nominated chef, Bo Schooler. He is coming all the way from Alaska to Nashville.
To be in a corn dog hootenanny?
Well, this is his thing. He travels around and does these corn dog hootenannies, and he's bringing his to town. The menu just came out, so it looks like we're going to have like Parm hot Cheetos corn pudding mayo corn dog, a Devil Jonah crab corn dog, sweet ranch salt and vinegar pork rinds with caviar.
Daniel, I'm going to throw this one to you.
I love a corn dog, but I'll be honest, these first 3 don't sound very good to me.
Okay, well, you know
I
what?
love a corn dog, though.
We're asking
Keep 'em coming.
Nashville. We're asking Nashville to just, up their character profiles in their mouths and tie one on.
The character profile in your mouth, everybody.
Yep, you're welcome.
CityCast Nashville. Other things this weekend, we do want to draw your attention to the K-pop Kids Rave at Cannery Hall tomorrow at 11 a.m. If your children love to hunt demons, that might be a good place for you.
Also, ton of EDM happening this weekend. We've got Deep Tropics is back with their Equinox Festival. They're switching things up this year. Instead of its usual home at Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park, they're headed to Warehouse Residency in Wedgwood, Houston. Friday night is going to be headlined by Of the Trees, and then we've got It's Murph closing things out on Saturday.
Other things to think about this weekend. On Sunday, we will be dropping the latest episode of Your City Could Be Better, the new podcast from CityCast National, which is hosted by our CEO, David Platz. This week's episode will feature our beloved Las Vegas Tunnel Time correspondent, David Figler. He's talking about brothel workers' unionization efforts in Nevada and the broader implications for gig workers.
We also have a new neighbor to shout out, y'all. Welcome to the neighborhood, Cheney M. That's right, folks. We have our exclusive membership program here at CityCast called CityCast Nashville Neighbors. And just this week, if you join, you'll get an invite to our exclusive event happening on Thursday next week.
Yes.
Members, you should be getting a second email about that in your inbox today. So if you missed the first invite, keep an eye out for that second one. Anyway, sign up to be a CityCast Nashville neighbor. We love you. We want you to join us.
Yes.
Assimilate.
We will say none of us are billionaires. So it's a safe
or developers.
Space. Or developers.
You
so
know what we develop?
Space.
Great conversations.
That's right.
That's right.
Love for in our community.
All right, we did it again.
We did do it. And again, just want to reiterate, go join the bench building party. Thank you all so much. Have a great
Y'all
weekend.
take care of each other.
Thanks, everyone.
That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. And don't forget, you can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Nashville neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. I'm your host, Marie Cecil Anderson. Our executive producer is Whitney Pastorek. Our producer is Daniel Sumstein. Our CityCast Nashville newsletter editor is Margaret Kingsbury, with extra support this week from Lizzie Goldsmith and Natalia Aldana. And our theme music is by Prof Jenkins. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our CityCast Nashville newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Toodles!